Today we're diving into 15 of the best strategy games you need to play. Some are all about fast decisions and clean tactics. Others are slow burn masterminds where one move changes everything. If you love planning, upgrading, and outsmarting the game, or your friends, you're in the right place. Let's jump in. Age of Wonders 4. If you love strategy with real freedom, this one hits different. You don't just pick a faction and repeat the same build. You literally create your own fantasy empire, shape your people, and evolve them as the campaign goes on. Battles are turn-based and super tactical, but the big hook is the world layer. Exploring, expanding, making deals, or starting wars that actually change the map. And because every match is generated and your choices carry weight, it stays fresh way longer than most 4X games. Heroes of Might and Magic. Olden era. This is that classic one more turn feeling, but with a modern touch. You're not just building an army, you're building a kingdom, scouting the map, grabbing mines, and timing your fights so every move matters. The best part is the hero-led strategy. Your hero levels up, your army grows, and you start planning battles like puzzles, not button mashing. And compared to a lot of strategy games, it's way more about smart positioning and map control than raw numbers. If you miss old-school fantasy tactics with real depth, this is the vibe. Farthest Frontier. This isn't just a city builder where you spam houses and call it a day. It's survival management with real pressure. Food spoils, people get sick, winters hit hard, and one bad harvest can snowball fast. The difference is how hands-on everything feels. You're balancing crops, storage, labor, and trade like you're actually running a frontier town, not a spreadsheet. And when raiders show up, it's not a scripted event. It's a stress test for how well you planned your roads, defenses, and economy. Slow burn, but insanely satisfying. Total War. 3 Kingdoms. What makes this one special is how it mixes grand strategy with massive real-time battles without feeling like 2 separate games. On the campaign map, you're dealing with politics, alliances, betrayals, the whole drama of ancient China. Then when war happens, it's thousands of troops on the field, formations, flanks, morale. One smart move can win a fight you shouldn't win. And unlike a lot of Total War games, characters actually matter here. Relationships, rivalries, even loyalty can change your entire run. It's strategy with real personality, and real consequences. Command and Conquer. Remastered Collection. Pure old school ROSOC TS upgraded. Fast base building, instant decisions, and that classic GDI versus NOD energy. It's simple to learn, but the pace forces you to think fast. And it still feels insanely fun today. Factorio. This is strategy, but in a totally different way. You're building a factory that slowly turns into a living machine. You start with one little drill and a furnace, then suddenly you're designing train networks, optimizing belts, and automating everything with insane precision. The big difference is the problem-solving loop. Every bottleneck is a puzzle, and fixing it feels addictive. And while you expand, the planet fights back. So you're balancing efficiency, power, and defense nonstop. Age of Empires 4. This is the kind of RTS where every second feels valuable, but it still gives you room to outthink your opponent. You've got that classic loop: gather, build, expand, fight, yet each civilization plays differently with unique mechanics that actually change your strategy. The big difference is how readable and tactical the battles feel. Positioning, upgrades, and timing matter more than just spamming units, and the pacing is great. Early skirmishes, mid-game pressure, then those huge late-game clashes. It's modern, competitive, and still has that timeless history war game vibe. Commandos. Origins. This isn't about building armies. It's about pulling off perfect stealth operations with a tiny squad. Every mission feels like a puzzle. Guards have patterns, sightlines matter, and one loud mistake can ruin the whole plan. The big difference is the teamwork between specialists. You're syncing distractions, silent takedowns, and precise timing so the squad moves like one unit. And unlike most strategy games, winning here doesn't mean more units. It means better thinking, cleaner execution, and patience. If you love that tension of planning a move, holding your breath, then watching it work, this is for you. Frostpunk 2. This is survival strategy where the enemy isn't an army. It's your own city falling apart. You're not just placing buildings, you're making brutal decisions. Heat, food, industry, and politics all collide at the worst possible time. The big difference in Frostpunk 2 is scale and pressure. The city feels bigger, the systems feel deeper, and factions can turn every choice into a fight. Sometimes the right decision still makes people hate you, but you have to pick one anyway. It's not about building a perfect city, and it's about keeping it alive, one impossible call at a time. Hearts of Iron 4. This is pure grand strategy, where winning starts months before the first battle. You're managing production, research, politics, and supply, then turning all of it into a war machine. The big difference is scale. You're not controlling a few units, you're shaping an entire world conflict. And once the front lines move, every decision matters. Logistics, air power, naval control, even diplomacy. It's deep, messy, and insanely rewarding when your plan actually works. Manor Lords. This one feels like a medieval town you can almost smell. You're not just dropping buildings anywhere. You're planning real settlements with roads, zones, seasons, and people who actually need food, warmth, and work. The big difference is the balance. It's part chill city builder, part survival economy. And then suddenly you're dealing with tactical battles that punish bad positioning. And it's not about endless growth. It's about building something stable, efficient, and beautiful while staying ready for threats. If you want a slower, smarter strategy game that still has tension, Manor Lords delivers. Sid Meier's Civilization 6. This is the ultimate just one more turn strategy game. You start as a tiny settlement, then slowly shape a whole civilization, choosing tech, culture, diplomacy, and war like you're writing history in real time. The big difference in Civilization 6 is how every system connects. Districts change how your cities grow, terrain matters more, and even your government choices can lock in a long-term playstyle. One smart alliance can save you, and one bad border can start a centuries-long rivalry. It's slow, it's deep, and it's ridiculously addictive. Tempest Rising. If you miss that classic 90s RTS energy, this is basically a love letter to it, but cleaner and faster. You're building a base, expanding for resources, and hitting that moment where your army finally comes online, and everything snowballs. The big difference is the pacing and control. Units feel responsive, fights are sharp, and it rewards smart scouting instead of blind rushing. Plus, the factions aren't just cosmetic. They push totally different playstyles, so you're always adapting. It's pure old-school strategy, with modern polish and real bite. Veil of Ashes. This one is all about real-time tactics, not base spam. You're fighting over strategic sectors on the map, and the battles feel like controlled chaos. Infantry, tanks, and even massive behemoths rolling in when you need them. The cool twist is the momentum system. You earn points during the match to call in reinforcements, support abilities, and bigger plays at the perfect moment. And because it uses a cyclical resource setup, a bad trade doesn't instantly end your game. You can regroup and adapt instead of just quitting. Dark steampunk vibe, fast decision making, and a lot of clutch moments. Warhammer 40,000, Rogue Trader. This one isn't classic build-a-base strategy. It's tactical, story-driven command inside the Warhammer universe. You're leading a rogue trader dynasty, making big choices that shape your crew, your alliances, and the fate of entire worlds. Combat is turn-based and squad-focused. Cover, positioning, and ability combos matter a lot. So every fight feels like a calculated push, not a coin flip. And the big difference is tone. It's grim, political, and personal at the same time. One mission you're negotiating like a ruler. The next, you're surviving a brutal firefight with your team barely standing.